Hello, welcome to Yinka Friends. Today I'm at South Place Hotel Games Room talking to Krystal Klear about his journey into production, and I might give him a little game of foosball. I'm probably gonna win. So thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me.
So you are a producer.
Yeah.
For those who don't know anything about you, how did you get into making music?
Got into making music when I was about 12. I was into, believe it or not, in a heavy metal band, and just kind of hated my parents and all that kind of stuff. And then eventually, just naturally, my cousin was really into like Mo Wax kind of stuff, DJ Shadow and samplers, and just being a nerd.
Would you say it's been a difficult journey from beginning to now?
No, not at all, no. I mean, like, I've nothing to complain about, do you know what I mean? I'm sure there's tons of other people. I know guys in bands who are like, you know, they still work in restaurants and they're always working really hard. I think I just focused on what I wanted to do, and I was happy really doing that, so it wasn't a massive struggle. Like, it's not a struggle to do what you like doing, do you know what I mean? I was studying and stuff, and then, you know, getting pissed and making tunes basically. So it was grand. I just got very lucky basically. Like, that's how it kind of works out with a lot of us. It's like, it just takes 2 or 3 people to kind of like what you're doing, and what you might say is a struggle actually just kind of turns the whole thing around, you know.
So you've said that music makes you feel nostalgic.
Yeah.
Is that what you aim to create with your sound?
I think I meant that more in a sense of when I listen to music. I don't think I could possibly write music to try and create a nostalgic perspective, because obviously nostalgia is only relevant to the individual. But like, I definitely write music from my, like, you know, my life traumas or whatever. It's more just the motivation. Like, generally, like, if you get dicked over by a girl, you just want to, like, you know, smash a load of gigs and like, do a load of tunes and just be like, yeah, well, like, fuck you, pretty much, you know what I mean? I just kind of go with what I'm feeling.
So what sound do you try to create? What's your overall aim?
When I started doing what I was doing, I just wanted to find, like, without getting really boring, I just wanted to find an arrangement of sounds, like a collection of sounds and stuff, and like put that towards a variety of genres, from love ballads to house music to disco, even to kind of contemporary R&B stuff, but I just wanted it to sound like I made it.
So Addictions was released in March.
Yeah.
And it got a massive response. Did you expect the response from that?
No, like you hope. So I mean, when you're hoping that it'll get a good response, you know what I mean? Like, I can't say I didn't think it was going to get a great response. Not to the extent that like Rinse wanted to like push the brakes down and redo it. It's also quite frustrating as well, because as a producer, things take like a lot of time to get, you know, the cogs running on the wheels of getting music out. I'd be making different stuff every week, so sometimes you wish in an ideal world you could release a track every week, just so people knew what you were doing all the time. So sometimes that can like grate you down a bit. But it was a real sign, like real pat on the back for me to know that that was the scenario that was proposed, because it was getting a good reaction, you know.
Who would you most love to work with?
I've always said I'd love to do an R&B album with Hudson Mohawk. I've always said that, and like get like Michael McDonald to sing in it, or like work with Teddy Riley, or like just all the early R&B guys. But then, like, you know, I get slagged all the time. Like, I'd murder to do a track with Mariah Carey, or like Beyonce, Tidra Moses, Joe, like Jodeci, like any of those guys of that ilk. Then, like, from a more like kind of underground perspective, I'd love to do stuff with like James Murphy, or, you know, guys that are a bit more eccentric and eclectic with their stuff, you know. So
what is next for you? What are you planning to do next?
Well, that's a difficult question to answer, because there's a few things on the table. There's like, going to be looking at working with Nile Rodgers on this project with hopefully Scream, and a few others, and then Solange, Beyonce's sister, of course. That's going to go in the studio with her. I'm working with Yasmin as well on a follow-up to Addiction.
So if we fast forward a year's time, what do you hope to have achieved?
In music?
Yes.
Okay.
Or
yeah.
in your life, it's fine.
In my life, a 6-pack, don't know, a few wives, a couple of million. No, musically, I'll hopefully get a few tracks on some good people's records. And yeah, I think by the end of next year, I'd like to actually start looking towards the perspective of me writing an album. I'd like to be in that position where it's like, right, year went well, smashed it, boom, time, now we can really focus in on me just like pissing off somewhere for 5 months and just working really hard, you know what I mean?
So I want to thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
Addictions is out on the 23rd of September.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Cheers.
It's all changed, yeah, it's all changed. Not the same.